Without innovation, there can be no progress. Without the innovative strength of the pharmaceutical industry, no prevention, no cure, no improvement in quality of life. For 100 years, inventive talent and exploratory urge have been the locomotive and pillars of the Merz Company. Merz. We care for your tomorrow. At the early age of 24, Friedrich Merz felt competent enough with his first inventions to set up his own business. The ground floor of number 42 Weberstrasse in Frankfurt was where he set up his laboratory and production. Very soon the rooms did not provide the necessary space. The thriving sales of Friedrich Merz's first samples required larger production capacity. His firm moved into a former cigarette factory at 100 Eckenheimer Landstrasse. The question Friedrich Merz posed to himself with every new task was, what is needed? He knew that one first had to recognize the problem to be able to find a solution. The implementation followed the principle, do it differently than the others. His broad imagination enabled him to register one patent after another in the early years. His Radazol Merz became a competitor for aspirin. The painkillers packed in aluminum tubes were particularly easily digestible. Despite strong opposition from the emperor and the church, Merz introduced the first local contraceptive, Patentex, in 1911, with the acclaim of doctors and pharmacists. One of his important inventions was Cerol, the non-fat, water-soluble, and completely neutral ointment base made possible new approaches in ointment therapy. Cerol enabled active ingredients to penetrate the deeper skin layers better. Already in 1910, Friedrich Merz was exporting his first products, initially to Austria and Switzerland. Shortly afterwards, he sold them in numerous places around the world. Thus, it was his inventive spirit, his dynamism, his salesmanship, and not least his efforts that enabled Friedrich Merz to lay the foundation for a global company that is research-based, future-oriented, and still with the same motto, we care for your tomorrow. In the course of the growth of his own firm, Friedrich Merz supported his brother Georg in setting up Merz & Krell Limited, which quickly developed into a flourishing producer of fountain pens and propelling pencils, known today by the name Senator, and still a global player, consolidated within the Merz Group. The 1930s were marked by rapid growth for Merz. Many new products were developed, such as the liquid iodine stick for the breast pocket to counter wound infection. New subsidiaries were set up in the USA, in Berlin, and in London. Following difficult times during the war, a hail of bombs in the night from March 22nd to 23rd, 1944, left the Frankfurt factory a heap of burning rubble. Thanks to the safe storage of duplicate machinery at Rheinheim in the Odenwald forest, production after the war was gradually resumed and expanded. The sense of hope and optimism in the post-war years leaves scope for the development of completely new product ranges. Consumer care gave Merz the popularity within the general public that still prevails today. At the 1953 Congress for Beauty Care in Paris, Merz presented its innovative Placentubex. As it smoothed and rejuvenated the skin, This was the first anti-wrinkle compound and was classed by experts as the turning point in the cosmetic industry. In 1964, a further milestone was the first beauty care product for within. Using 18 different ingredients and a special yeast extract, Merz developed its Merz Special Coated Tablets. 4 years later, Merz had its next major success in cosmetics with the first foam mask. Foam and active ingredients soak into facial skin within minutes, leaving not a trace, an advantage appreciated by the film actress Maria Schell.
Oh, danke. Danke fürs Kompliment. Ich nehme beide.
During the 60s, the brand name Tetisept established itself on the market. One of the first and most important products is Tetisept Cold and Flu Bath. In the course of time, the product range is expanded and soon includes bath additives, anti-chill, as well as other health products, vitamins and mineral supplements, and shower items. Even today, the brand combines the latest scientific developments with naturopathy. Good evening, I'm Friedrich Merz, age 90. These are my Merz Special Coated Pills. They help me personally to remain healthy and fit. They'll help you too. In the era after Friedrich Merz, the company pushes the development of pharmaceuticals for prescription. Within a short time, the researchers succeed in coming up with innovative substances that facilitate new therapies or lead to major therapeutic advances. Remedies like PK Merz for the treatment of Parkinson's disease, Viromerz against herpes infections, and Lipomerz for lowering elevated blood lipids soon became first-choice medications for their respective indications. Amongst recent groundbreaking innovative Merz developments, one should include Memantin, the world's first medication for the treatment of moderate to severe Alzheimer's dementia. Treatment with Memantin contributes towards easing the severe consequences of Alzheimer's. The unique mechanism of the active ingredient protects the nerve cells from the harmful effects of elevated glutamate concentrations observed in Alzheimer's patients. Memantin helps restore the self-reliance and dignity of the patient. Neurologic apraxia and spasticity can often be cured only by botulinum toxin therapy in many patients. Xeomin is the next generation of this active component developed by Merz. The innovative botulinum neurotoxin type A is void of complex proteins, is highly effective and safe, and contributes greatly to relieving the consequences of the disease. Striving for new solutions and the courage to come up with new innovations have made Merz what it is today. A successful, research-based, and particularly future-oriented enterprise. Merz. We care for your tomorrow.